So, you are thinking of visiting the stunning city of Chicago, aka the Windy City. You'll be pleased to learn that there is more to Chicago than Lake Michigan and the Chicago River, deep dish pizza, and the Chicago Cubs. In fact, Chicago is the cultural hub of the Midwest. From walking tours to art galleries and world-class museums, there is something for everyone visiting Chicago. Watch on to discover our list of 10 awesome things to do in Chicago and start planning your city break today. Number 10. Check out Navy Pier on Lake Michigan. This 3,300-foot-long pier on the coast of Lake Michigan supports the Navy Pier Beer Garden. Grab a beer and a Chicago-style hot dog and enjoy the view of Lake Michigan or the nearby Chicago River. Take the walking tour of the Navy Pier, which is an easy walking distance. For those who want a longer walking tour, take a tour down the Chicago Riverwalk leading right into the Navy Pier. Number 9. Visit the Wrigley Building. On the other side of the Michigan Avenue Bridge on North Michigan Avenue, you'll find the Wrigley Building. The Wrigley Building has two over 20-story towers and is a perfect example of Chicago architecture. Inside is incredible, but the most striking view of the building is from the Chicago River. Fortunately, this building is one major stop as part of any Chicago architecture river cruise. Furthermore, it can be seen easily as part of the iconic Chicago skyline. Number 8. Walk around Millennium Park. You cannot miss Millennium Park when you visit Chicago. It is located within walking distance of Navy Pier via the Lakefront Trail and in the middle of Chicago's downtown loop. Millennium Park is where Chicago's original baseball stadium burned down during the Great Chicago Fire, so it is a park and a historical landmark for the city. Nowadays, the park is a beautiful part of Grant Park and a key part of downtown Chicago. It's also a great place from which to view the Chicago skyline. During the winter, you can even ice skate here. Number 7. Have a magnificent night on the Magnificent Mile. Ready to see some amazing architecture? Here is the Magnificent Mile of the Windy City. Restaurants galore and sights to see, the Magnificent Mile is the best place in the Chicago River area to take a food tour of the area. This is the place to get dressed up and go on a romantic date to one of the many fine dining restaurants. There are even some restaurants at the top of the skyscrapers, like the Willis Tower. Or if you are looking for something more down to earth, the Magnificent Mile has plenty of food on the go. The Magnificent Mile is right next to the Chicago River, so grab some food and enjoy it along the Chicago Riverwalk with the Chicago skyline to keep you company. Number 6. Run around Lincoln Park. To the north of the Magnificent Mile lies Chicago's largest park, Lincoln Park. Right next to Lake Michigan and in the heart of Second City, Lincoln Park holds many Chicago attractions. Lincoln Park Zoo lies in the heart of the park. The Lincoln Park Zoo has big cats, gorillas, and penguins, among other exotic creatures. Even better, unlike the Chicago Zoo, it is absolutely free. That makes the Lincoln Park Zoo one of the only free zoos in North America. Number 5. Smell the flowers in the Chicago Botanic Garden. The Chicago Botanic Garden is far away from both Lincoln Park and Millennium Park, but it is well worth the drive. The garden opened 50 years ago and has grown to be a very popular and iconic spot in Chicago. Number 4. Eat some Chicago deep dish pizza. Chicago deep dish pizza is a world-famous dish of which the city is very proud. Grab a Chicago deep dish pizza anywhere in town. Some of the best Chicago deep dish pizzas are found in Navy Pier Beer Garden or along the Chicago River. Treat yourself to Giordano's classic-style deep dish or Lou Malnati's crispy-style deep dish to experience some of the best in Chicago. Number 3. Watch the Chicago Cubs hit a home run. When it comes to sports, the Chicago Cubs are a must-see. Located on Chicago's north side, you'll find the home of the Cubs, Wrigley Field. This is one of the most famous baseball parks in the world and provides a great example of Chicago's sports architecture. On game days, you'll find yourself able to sample Chicago-style hot dogs. If there isn't a game on, you'll also be able to take the Wrigley Field walking tour. Number 2. Explore Chicago culture with the Chicago Theater. The Chicago Theater is a must for anyone who wants to visit Chicago. Constructed in 1921, it is its own piece of Chicago history and demonstrates some of the amazing architecture of its time. It is only a short walk from the world-famous Millennium Park and the Chicago River. The Chicago Theater has it all: plays, music, comedy, and even magic. Number 1. Take a Chicago Architecture River Cruise. The best way to see Chicago's architecture is by looking at the city from a boat on the Chicago River. Any Chicago Architecture River cruise will take people past the amazing Willis Tower, formerly the Sears Tower, the aforementioned Wrigley Building, and the John Hancock Center. These cruises will also take you along the Chicago River Walk, under the North Michigan Avenue Bridge, and end at the Navy Pier. If you liked the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.